Hi there, this is Pablo, founder of the Architect program, and in this video I like to share the way I make notes. That's correct. Probably you're thinking, what's the big deal about making notes? But I question all the time myself, how can I make notes more efficient, or how do I keep or capture this information and keep it, and after having like hundreds of journals, how can these books serve me? And I would like to start with a simple question like digital or physical. I love my devices. I do lots of notes and checklists, as you might know, but when it comes to a journal, it has to be physical. I think the way you write or you draw to hold your pen, and there's this resistance, on the paper, somehow this is so direct, from the brain to the hand and on paper, then I don't experience with writing on a glass, on a tablet. So for me, physical is the way to go. This is the first question. But then after diving into the notebook or the journal, so let me explain how I do it in my double page. So if this is my journal open, I use the two sides that I have for different things. So the right side I use to capture information. This is a lecture or a meeting I have, so I write everything down here. Very important, date. Always write the date, something I often forget. And the left side is this empty space. I use it for my thoughts. Like while you're writing, things pop up in your head. So you can write some ideas or that are somehow linked to some information over there. Like sometimes even I use a bit of this sheet, also I make a kind of a bubble, but mainly this is, or a drawing, this is the ideas I have. So I keep it very much separate. So later on I always know that's the information I capture, and that's the information from my thoughts, my ideas. Another question asks, like, how can I speed up the process here of writing information, of capturing information? One is I write just the beginning of the sentences, like shortcuts, and then but make sure that in 24 hours you complete the whole sentence, because otherwise it's gone. Another way is to make drawings, little diagrams. This also I use a lot. Sometimes when I have different topics, I also use different notebooks, like this one that is my financial book. So everything, ideas about how to deal with my finances is in the yellow book, like gold, right? But the big question is, what do you do when you have hundreds of these journals? How to find even like something that you wrote 5 years ago. This is the big question for me. And I confess I tried a couple of things that didn't work, like taking out pages and glue together, like making a new notebook. I guess it's like 10 to 30% of what you write here. It's something that you want to read again and again, or even less. And if you take out pages, it hurts. Also, like I could not do it, especially because there are sometimes notes that are not important, but maybe in 10 years you look back and it's important. So that was not working. Same thing with scanning the important pages and then store it in Evernote, for instance. That was also not working. Once it was digital, it was like gone. It was somewhere in an archive, and I had never had a look again. So one idea that I think it's for now my best is simple to number the pages, and then in the first pages you write the content. Afterwards, or while you're writing your notes, you're filling your journal, you're writing the content. So you can also do it with old journals that are, on your shelf. You can read it again, and the important things, you just number the pages. I think this is a very interesting way, because You only put in the content what is really important, and then you can even, if you have a topic in the content, you write the topic and then you just start filling the numbers, where the topic is inside of your notebook. And luckily I found this notebook, and it's from it's called Leuchtturm. I put the link down in the description, and this notebook has already predefined page numbering, so and some beautiful lines in the beginning to write actually the content. This is kind of, when I found this, that was like, wow, this is really cool. I also used Moleskine, although they are a bit pricey, or they are Legami from Milan, from Italy. I put all the links below. These are the books I'm using. Maybe you have other tips. I know that Amazon has a lot of notebooks. Some people of you might think, but Pablo, what if I have an idea, I don't have my journal with me? Should I write on papers or on napkins? The answer is yes, please write down everything what is in your head. It's a brilliant idea, like everything you have to write down, even if it's a napkin, you have to keep it organized. Like you can put the paper, the small paper, you can glue it inside, or you transfer the note on your journal just to keep it organized. But yes, I use paper, I use sheets, I use everything just to write down. I use my board here on the background just to make notes if I have something, and then I make maybe a picture and I transfer it to my notebook. I hope you can take something out of this video on this idea. Like if you really like it, then share with the person. And if you like this video, you can do two things: click on thumb up or subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and remember that you can have the life you want and become your own architect. But you have to start to design using a journal and create your life today.